This is for class 9 science chapter 1, that is matter in our surroundings. So I will be giving you all the notes on this chapter. So let me start. This is the textual exercises. Question number 1 is convert the following temperature to the Celsius scale. Okay, so how you'll do it? 300K. Okay, so what you'll have to do is 300 minus 373 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you have to convert the following temperature to the Celsius scale, right? So 300 minus 273 is nothing but 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, next is 573 Kelvin. Okay, so 573 minus 273 K, okay, degrees Celsius. So minus and see what you are going to get. After converting also you will get 300 degree Celsius. Okay, now moving further, similar way you all have to do this as well, like convert the following temperature to the Kelvin scale. Okay, now 25 degrees Celsius is given, you all have to convert, so you all have to add, right? So 273 plus 25 will give you nothing but 298. 373 degrees Celsius is equal to 373 plus 273 Kelvin. So it will give you 646. Okay, so moving further, these are the easiest one. You all can try doing this. If any errors, you all can ask me. Okay, comment below. So question number 3, give reason for the following observation. Naphthalene ball disappears with time without leaving any solid. Okay, why it is? So you'll have to give reason, right, for this. So answer is naphthalene ball disappear with time without leaving any solid because they undergo sublimation. That is, they directly change into vapor without passing through the liquid state. Okay, let me read out the next part, that is B. We can get a smell of perfume sitting several meters away. The particles of perfume mix on their own with the particles of air around us and spread out. Due to this spreading of the particles, we can get the smell of perfume sitting at a distance. Okay, next, moving towards the question number 4, arrange the following substances in increasing order of the forces of attraction between the particles water, sugar, oxygen. The intermolecular force of attraction is least in gas, followed by liquid and maximum in solids. Therefore, it is least in oxygen, followed by water, and maximum in sugar. Okay, this part you'll remember. Least in oxygen, maximum in sugar. Okay, so moving towards, these are the notes, okay, which I am giving you. Okay, so what is the physical state of water at 25 degrees Celsius? So what is the physical state at 25 degrees Celsius? 25 degree liquid. Okay, and what about 0 degrees Celsius? It will be solid. 100 degrees Celsius, it will be liquid to vapor. Okay, now then moving towards the next question, that is question number 6, give 2 reasons to justify water at room temperature is a liquid. Answer, water at room temperature is liquid because it does not have a fixed shape. It takes the shape of the container in which it is poured. Secondly, it can flow easily, hence it is not rigid but a fluid. Okay, moving towards the next. So B is what? An iron almirah is a solid at room temperature. Answer is, okay, this is for give reason, right? An iron almirah is a Solid because it has a definite shape and a fixed volume. It does not flow, hence it is a rigid. Okay. Moving towards the next question. I hope you all can see this clearly. Why is ice at 273 Kelvin more effective in cooling than water at the same temperature? Okay. So the particles in ice at 273 Kelvin has less energy as compared to the particles of water at 273 Kelvin. Hence ice takes more heat energy from the surrounding and thus causes more cooling than water at the same temperature. Okay, moving towards the next question. Okay, so what produces more burns, boiling water or steam? The particles in steam at 373 Kelvin has more energy than water at the same temperature. This is because the particles in steam have absorbed extra energy in the form of latent heat of vaporization. So when steam comes in contact with the skin, it releases more heat and the boiling water would do at the same temperature. As a result, steam at 373 Kelvin causes more burns than boiling water at the same temperature. Okay. So, moving towards the next question, that is question number 9. Okay. Let me zoom it for you all. Name A, B, C, D, E and F in the following diagram showing change in the state. Okay. So, A is what? Let me bring it little bit. Okay. So, increase heat and decrease in temperature. Here decrease heat and increase in temperature. Okay. Over this side. And this side it is increase heat and decrease in pressure. Okay. So, A is what? A is nothing but a fusion, right? A is nothing but a fusion. A is nothing but a fusion. C is nothing but condensation, okay? B is vaporization. Okay, B is vaporization. D is solidification. Okay, solidification. Okay, E is nothing but sublimation. Okay, E and F are sublimation. Here also sublimation. Okay, so here I will be giving you all the answers of this over here. Okay, down. So let us see, move. Okay, so this A is what? Fusion. B is vaporization. C is condensation. Or D is solidification. E and F is nothing but sublimation. Okay, so I hope you all can take down these solutions for you all. Okay, now moving towards further. Okay, now these are the additional question and answers from. Okay, so select and write the most appropriate alternative from those given below each statement and rewrite the completed statement. Okay, so first is what? A process by which a solid is directly converted into vapor when heated is. So what is the answer for this question? The process by which a solid is directly converted into vapor when heated is. Option A is boiling, option B is evaporation, option C is fusion, option D is sublimation. The correct answer is sublimation, right? The correct answer is sublimation. Next, now option, let me rub this. Okay, here what I said is option D, right? Option D over here, right? That is sublimation, right? Now moving towards the further, like let us see. Intermolecular spaces are the greatest in gases. Okay, gases is the correct answer. Okay, next moving towards the further, like the rate of diffusion is the highest in gases. Again the gases is the answer. Next let us see. Solid have a definite shape because, now why solid have a definite shape? Because the forces of attraction between its molecule is very strong. So the option A is what? The forces of attraction between its molecule is very weak. The force of attraction between its molecule is very strong. The spaces between its molecules are large. The spaces between its molecules, okay. So the spaces between its molecular are large. The spaces between its molecules are small. So these are the options. Now which is the correct option over here? The correct option is for question number 4 is the force of attraction between its molecule is very strong. So option B is the correct answer for this. Okay, so now what next question, let me read it out to you all. The compressibility of gases is due to, option is given to you all. Now option A is strong force of attraction between its particle. Option B is big forces of attraction between its particles. Option C is very small space between its particle. Option D is large spaces between its particles. So which option is correct? For question number 5 is large spaces between its particles. So this is the correct option. Okay, moving towards the next. Gases can be liquefied by, option A is increasing both the pressure and temperature. Option B is decreasing both the pressure and temperature. Option C is increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. Option D is decreasing the pressure and increasing the temperature. Okay, so option C is the correct one. Okay, option C is the correct one, that is increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. Okay, so increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature is the correct answer. Okay, next moving towards the next part. Let me move this thing. So next question is what? It is about the chemical name of dry cell is, what is the chemical name of the dry cell? Option A is solid carbon dioxide, B is solid oxygen, option C is solid nitrogen, option D is solid argon. So which is the correct answer is solid carbon dioxide. So option A is the correct answer. Okay, that is solid carbon dioxide is the correct answer. Next is freezing temperature of water is, option A is 0 degrees Celsius, option B is 273 degrees Celsius, option C is 100 degrees Celsius, option D is 370 degrees Celsius. So which is the correct answer? For question number 8 is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is the correct one. Freezing temperature of water is 0 degrees Celsius. Moving towards the next part. Okay, now let us see. Water boils at, option A is 0 Kelvin, B is 100 Kelvin, C is 273 Kelvin, option D is 373 Kelvin. So the correct option for this is 273. Sorry, it is not. 373 Kelvin is the correct answer. Okay, so water boils at 373 Kelvin. Okay, question number 10. Moving towards question number 10. The rate of evaporation decreases if option A, area of surface increases, option B is temperature increases, option C is wind speed increases, option D is humidity increases. So which is the correct answer? Think about it. So correct option is humidity increases. Okay, so basically this is the correct option, humidity increases. Moving towards the next question, we can smell the food being cooked at a distance due to the process of option A evaporation, option B diffusion, option C boiling, option D sublimation. Okay, so which is the correct answer? So diffusion is the correct answer over here. Okay, you all can mark the diffusion over here, which is the correct answer. Okay, moving towards the next question, that is question number 12. Okay, so let me move towards the next question, that is question number 12. Okay, so option number, okay, let me read out first. When iodine is heated, it is directly converted into vapor. This process is called option A boiling, option B evaporation, option C is fusion, option D is sublimation. So option D is the correct answer, that is the sublimation. Next, you all can see, when dry ice is kept under ordinary temperature and pressure, it dash. So option A is melts, option B evaporates, option C sublimes, option D boils. Okay, so what happens when a dry ice is kept under ordinary temperature and pressure? What is going to happen? Sublimes, right? It will sublimes. So this is the correct answer. If you all are getting the correct answer, then very good. Next, moving towards the next. Okay, let me drop this part. So yeah, moving towards the next question. An iron wire cannot be easily broken into pieces because option A, the forces of attraction between the particles are very strong, the spaces between the particles are very small. Option C is the particles cannot move from one place to another. Option D is kinetic energy of the particles is less. So which is the correct answer for question number 14? The forces of attraction between the particles are very strong. So this is the correct answer. The forces of attraction between the particles are very strong. Okay, moving towards the next question, that is question number 15. 40 degrees Celsius is equal to dash Kelvin. So 313 Kelvin. Okay, so D is the correct option. Option D is the correct answer for it. Now moving towards the next. Okay, let me take it up. So here 313 is the correct answer, I have said, right? So question number 16. The particles of matter possesses. The particles of matter possesses. So let us see. Option A is potential energy, option B is kinetic energy, option C is heat energy, option D is electrical energy. So which is the correct answer? Kinetic energy is the correct answer. Okay, so with this I am done with the MCQ part. Okay, so moving towards the next part. So moving towards the next, so consider the correlation between the words of the first pair and complete the second pair. Okay, Table is nothing but solid state. So what about the air? Air is the gaseous state, right? Gaseous state, right? So next is what? Boiling. At boiling point, evaporation is what? Evaporation will be below boiling point, okay? Below boiling point, okay? So this is below boiling point. Okay, let me rub this and give you all the clear cut answer for this. So moving upward, okay? So table is solid state, air is the gaseous state. Answer is over here. B is boiling at boiling point, and evaporation will be below boiling point, okay? This is at boiling point, evaporation is below boiling point. Is the correct answer, okay? Next is these are the name the followings, okay? The two characteristic of matter, that is volume and mass. They are the two characteristic of volume. Next is the elements of Panchatattva. So Panchatattva is what? Air, earth, fire, sky and water. So these are the elements of this, okay? Air, earth, fire, sky and water. So moving towards the next thing. The three states of matter. What are the three states of matter? Solid, liquid and gases. So solid, liquid and gases are the three states of matter. Next. Common gases which are compressed and filled into cylinders: oxygen, LPG, natural gas, carbon dioxide. Moving towards the next. The state of matter having maximum space between the particles, that is gaseous state. Moving towards the next question. The state of matter having minimum space between the particle is the solid state. The two factors on which the process of liquefaction of a gas depends on pressure and temperature. Pressure, it decrease of pressure, temperature, reducing the temperature, okay? So factors on which the state of substances depends. Answer is first is pressure, second is the temperature, okay? These are the factors on which the state of temperature depends, okay? Pressure and temperature. So an appliance which works on the principle of evaporation produces cooling, okay? Desert cooler is the correct answer. Next, moving towards the next part. So give one term of the following. So you'll have to only give one term of the following. The mass per unit volume of a substance is density. B is material contained in the body is matter. C is converting a solid into liquid by heating is diffusion. You have to give one term of for the following, okay? Changing the solid state directly into the liquid state is sublimation. Next is the temperature at which a liquid boils under 1 atmospheric pressure is boiling point. Question number F is okay. Next question is changing a liquid into its vapor below the boiling point is evaporation. The ratio mass or volume is density. Next is the amount of water vapor present in air is humidity. Next is force acting on a unit area is pressure. Moving towards the next is state any two characteristic of a solid: a definite shape, fixed boundaries, a fixed volume, okay? Any two characteristic of a liquid: no definite shape, a fixed volume. These are the two characteristic of a liquid, okay? Next is the advantages of air dissolved in water to aquatic life. Answer: the advantage of air dissolved in water to aquatic life. So what are the advantages? First is aquatic animals can breathe in oxygen dissolved in water. Next is carbon dioxide which dissolve in water is essential for aquatic plants. Okay. Next, the characteristic of the particles of matter. Particles of matter have space between them. They attract each other. They are constantly in motion. Okay. You all can take down this question and answers, very easy. The advantages of high compressibility of gases. Large volume of a gas can be compressed and filled in a small cylinder. Such cylinders can be easily transported. The melting point of ice in 0 degrees Celsius and Kelvin is 0 degrees Celsius and 273 Kelvin. The boiling point of water in 0 degrees Celsius and Kelvin is 100 degrees Celsius and 373 Kelvin. Next is the factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. Answer is surface area, temperature, humidity, wind speed. Moving towards the next question. Define diffusion. What is a diffusion? Diffusion is the process of intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own. Next is define density. Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance. What is the pressure? Pressure is the force exerted per unit area. Next is the melting point. Melting point is the temperature at which a solid melts to become a liquid at atmospheric pressure. Now next is what is the boiling point of a liquid? Boiling point of a liquid is the temperature at which a liquid starts boiling at atmospheric pressure. Next is define latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion is the amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point. Next is latent heat vaporization. Define latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization is the amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of a liquid into its vapor at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point. Next is what is define evaporation. It is the phenomena of change of a liquid into its vapor at any temperature below its boiling point. Okay, moving towards the next. Okay, answer the following questions. Okay, so what is a matter? Matter is a material contained in the body. Next is what is sublimation? Sublimation is a change of state directly from solid to gas without passing to the liquid state. Next is what is evaporation? Evaporation is the phenomena of a change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below the boiling point of the liquid. Next is naphthalene ball kept in a cupboard decreases in size. Give reason. Naphthalene is a sublimable substance. Therefore, the naphthalene ball sublime and decrease in size. Okay. Moving towards the next question is why some salt is dissolved in water, the volume of water does not increase. Why? When some salt is dissolved in water, the volume of water does not increase because the salt particles occupy the space between the particles of water. When 10 ml of water is added to 10 ml of alcohol, the volume of the mixture is less than 20 ml. Why? The particles of one liquid occupy the spaces between the particles of the other liquid. Therefore, the volume is less than 20 ml. Okay. Question number 7 is a sponge is a solid, yet it can be compressed. Why? A sponge has a minute hole in which air is trapped. When it is pressed, the air from the hole escapes and therefore it can be compressed. Next is why are gases highly compressible? Okay, answer is So gases are highly compressible because the space between the particles of a gas is maximum among the three states of matter. When pressure is applied, the particles come closer to one another. Okay, moving towards the next question, that is, why does evaporation cause cooling? A liquid loses, answer is, a liquid loses energy during evaporation. It absorbs energy from the surrounding to regain the energy which is lost during evaporation, and this makes the surrounding cool. Moving towards the next question, the rate of evaporation increases when the temperature is increased. The answer is, when the temperature is increased, the kinetic energy of the particle increases. Therefore, there are more particles which have enough energy to overcome the forces of attraction. Such particles escape, and therefore the rate of evaporation increases. Okay. Moving towards the next question. Okay. That is question number 11. Okay. So let me. Okay. When wet clothes are to be dried, they are spread. Why? The rate of evaporation depends on the area of the exposed surface. When wet clothes are spread, the exposed area increases, the evaporation takes place faster and clothes dry faster. Moving towards the next question, that is, why do clothes dry faster in the sun than in the shade? Evaporation is faster when the temperature is increased. The temperature is higher in the sun than in the shade. Therefore, clothes dry faster in the sun than in the shade. Moving towards the next question, that is, in winter clothes dry faster than in the rainy season. True, the temperature is almost the same. Why? Answer, the rate of evaporation is faster when the humidity decreases. In winter, the humidity is less than that in the rainy season. Therefore, in winter, clothes dry faster than in the rainy season. True, the temperature is almost the same. Okay, you all can take down this question and answers. Moving towards the next question and answer. So, after a hot sunny day, people sprinkle water on the roof or on the open ground near the house to produce a cooling effect. Why? Evaporation produces cooling. The water which is sprinkled on the roof or the open ground near the house evaporates and produces a cooling effect. Okay. So, why is a wet strip of cloth kept on the forehead of a person having high fever? Evaporation produces cooling. The water in the wet strip of cloth placed on the forehead evaporates. The heat needed for evaporation is absorbed from the body, as a result of which the temperature of the person having high fever comes down. So, a florist often spray water on the flowers on display to keep them fresh. Why? Flowers remain fresh for a longer time if they are kept in the cool place. The water sprayed on flowers evaporates, causing cooling effect. Hence, they remain fresh for a longer time. Moving towards the next question, that is question number 17. Why is it advisable to wear cotton clothes in summer? Cotton is a good absorber of water and therefore readily absorbs the sweat. When sweat evaporates, it absorbs the heat from the body and cools it. Next, why are droplets of water formed on the outer surface of a glass containing ice cold water? When the water vapor present in the air comes in contact with the cold surface of the glass, the vapor particle lose energy and convert into liquid state. Therefore, droplets of water are formed on the outer surface of a glass containing ice cold water. Okay. Moving towards the next question, that is question number 19. Okay. So, how tea cools faster when poured in a saucer? Why? When a hot tea is poured in a saucer, the area of its surface increases. As a result, the rate of evaporation increases and it is cooled faster. Next question is, in summer drinking water is kept in earthen pots. Why? Earthen pots are pores. The water stored in the pot oozes out through the pores and evaporates. The latent heat required for evaporation is absorbed from the water inside the pot. As a result, the water in the pot is cooled. Okay. Moving towards the next question, that is question number 21. If alcohol is poured on the right palm and water on the left, the right palm is cooled faster. Answer is evaporation produces cooling because latent heat needed for vaporization is absorbed from the surrounding. Both alcohol on the right palm and water on the left palm evaporates, but alcohol evaporates faster than water. Therefore, the right palm is cooled faster. Moving towards the next question, that is, why do some trees acquire new leaves in summer? Answer: plants lose water through the leaves by evaporating. The process is called transpiration. The evaporation of water through the leaves keep them cool. Therefore, some trees acquire new leaves in summer. Moving towards the next question, that is, people prefer to go to the seashore in summer. Give reason. Answer is, at the seashore, the evaporation of sea water causes cooling of the environment near the shore. Therefore, more people go to the seashore to get relief from the heat of summer. Question number 24 is, flowers are often wrapped in a wet or a moist piece of a cloth to keep them fresh for a longer time. Give reason. Okay. So, as the water from the cloth evaporates gradually, it produces a cooling effect. Thus, flowers are kept cool and they remain fresh for a longer time. Moving towards the next question, that is, the traditional flower vendor of Goa, Pulkar, sell their flowers wrapped in a green leaves of banana plant. Why? Answer is, the green leaves contain some amount of water which evaporates and produces cooling of the flowers. Thus, the flowers remain fresh for a longer time. Moving towards the next question and answers, that is, why is diffusion faster when temperature is increased? When the temperature is increased, the kinetic energy of the particle increases. They move faster and therefore the diffusion is also faster. Next question is, solid do not diffuse into other solid. Why? The particles of a solid can only vibrate about their mean positions. They cannot move from one place to another. Therefore, one solid cannot diffuse into another solid. Okay. Moving towards the next. Question number 28. The pressure of an enclosed gas increases when it is heated. Why? These are all give reasons. Okay. So, when an enclosed gas is heated, the kinetic energy of the particles increases. The particles move faster and exert greater force of the walls of the container, resulting in increase of pressure. Moving towards the next question is, hard inflated tires may burst if kept in the sun on hot days. Give reason. When kept in a hot sun, the air inside the tire is heated and so exert greater pressure on the walls of the tire. Hence, the tire may burst due to increased pressure. Okay, moving towards the next question. That is question number 30. We can easily break a chalk into pieces but not an iron nail. Give reason. Answer: the force of attraction between the particles of a chalk are very weak, but those between the iron particles are very strong. Therefore, we can easily break a chalk into pieces but not an iron nail. Okay. So, moving towards the next question, that is, why do solids have a fixed shape? Solids have a fixed shape because the forces of attraction between the particles of a solid are very strong. and their kinetic energy is very less. Therefore, the particles cannot move freely. What is a fusion? Fusion is the change of the solid state into a liquid state when heated. Why does a solid melt when heated? When a solid is heated, the kinetic energy of the particle increases, and as a result they vibrate with greater speed. When the kinetic energy of the particle overcomes the forces of attraction between the particles, they leave their fixed position and begin to move freely. That is, the solid melts. Okay. Moving towards the next question. When a solid begins to melt, its temperature does not rise to the heating is continued. Though the heating is continued. Why? Answer. When solid begins to melt, its temperature does not rise to the heating is continued because though the heating is continued because the heat which is supplied is used up for changing the state of the solid by overcoming the force of attraction between the particles. Next question is, why are burns caused by the steam more severe than those caused by the boiling water? In comparison of boiling water, the steam has absorbed extra heat energy in the form of latent heat of vaporization. Therefore, burns caused by steam are more severe than those caused by boiling water. Why is the solid carbon dioxide called dry ice? Solid carbon dioxide is directly converted into gaseous state without passing to the liquid state under 1 atmospheric pressure. Therefore, solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice. Why is the rate of diffusion highest in gases? The rate of diffusion is highest in gases because particles of gases have maximum freedom to move and have maximum space between the particles. Okay, next is convert 70 degrees Celsius into Kelvin, right? So answer is 70 degrees Celsius is equal to 70 plus 273. All have to do. Okay, so which is nothing but 343 Kelvin. Convert 823 Kelvin into Celsius. So how you convert it? You'll have to minus. Okay, so 823 Kelvin is equal to 823 minus 273, which is 550 degrees Celsius, because you are converting Kelvin into Celsius. Next is what? State 2 points to distinguish between the solid state and the liquid state. Solid state have definite shape, they are rigid. Liquid state is liquid, do not have definite shape, they taken the shape of the container in which they are placed. Okay, they are not rigid, they are fluid. Okay, moving towards the next B is, you'll have to differentiate between the solid state and the gaseous state. Solid state have definite shape, they have definite volume, they are rigid, their compressibility is negligible. Gaseous state, gases do not have a definite shape, they do not have a definite volume, they are not rigid, they are highly compressibility. They have high compressibility. Okay, then you will have to distinguish between the evaporation and the boiling. Evaporation occurs only at the surface of the liquid. Evaporation occurs at any temperature below the boiling point. Next is boiling. Boiling is a bulk phenomena. Liquid boils only at its boiling point. Okay, moving towards the next. So this is the short answer type questions. Okay, like one of the characteristic of the particle of a matter is that they are continuously moving. So why does the kinetic energy of a particle increases when they are heated? When heated, they move faster, and so their kinetic energy increases. Okay, a child was walking with an inflated balloon in the sun on a hot summer day. He was disappointed to see it burst after some time. Give reason. Answer is, when kept in the hot sun, the air inside the balloon is heated and so exert greater pressure on the walls of the balloon hence it bursts due to increased pressure. Moving towards the next question, like evaporation produces cooling. What is evaporation? Evaporation is the phenomena of change of a liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point. Next question is, why does evaporation produces cooling? Evaporation produces cooling because it absorbs energy from the surrounding in order to regain the energy which it has lost during evaporation. As a result, it makes the surrounding cool. Next is that told you all to draw a neat diagram to show sublimation of ammonium chloride in the laboratory. Okay, so you all have to draw this diagram. Okay, you have to draw this diagram and show them the ammonium chloride. Okay, so this is the ammonium chloride vapors and this is the glass funnel. Okay, these two things you all have to show. Next, moving towards the next question is short answer type questions. Okay, these are, so gases are highly compressible as compared to solid and liquid. What makes gases more compressible than solid and liquid? The spaces between the particles of a gas is much greater than of solid and liquid, hence they are more compressible. Next question is, why do gases exert pressure on the walls of the container? Particles of gases randomly move at high speed as such they hit against the exert force on the walls of the container. This gives rise to the pressure exerted by gases. Name any two gaseous fuels which are usually compressed and filled in cylinders. So answer is liquid petroleum gas and natural gas. Okay. So this is the final question answers of mine, and thanks for watching. I hope you all have understood. If any doubts and queries, you can comment below. Okay. Thanks for watching.